Christmas to me is God's love, Jesus becoming man. Together with Jesuit Communications and Areté of the Ateneo de Manila University, I wish to invite you to celebrate Christmas with us in a very special concert entitled The Third Noel, Light Up the World, Spreading Hope in Solidarity with All Nations. The show will be streamed on December 11, 7:30 in the evening on the Facebook pages of Jesuit Communications, Radyo Katipunan, Areté, and other social media partners. May the light of Christmas spirit shine forth from within our hearts.
Christmas to me is always a promise of hope, joy, and love. Together with the Jesuit Communications and Areté of the Ateneo de Manila University, I wish to invite you to celebrate Christmas with us in a very special concert entitled The Third Noel, Light Up the World, Spreading Hope in Solidarity with All the Nations. The show will be streamed on December 11, 7:30 in the evening on the Facebook pages of the Jesuit Communications, Radyo Katipunan, Areté, and other social media partners. May the light of Christmas spirit shine forth from within our hearts.
Christmas to me is all about Christ, feeling Christ, loving Christ, being with Christ. Together with Jesuit Communications and Areté of the Ateneo de Manila University, I wish to invite you to celebrate Christmas with us in a very special concert entitled The Third Noel, Light Up the World, Spreading Hope in Solidarity with All Nations. The show will be streamed live on December 11, 7:30 in the evening on the Facebook pages of Jesuit Communications, Radyo Katipunan, Areté, and other social media partners. May the light of Christmas spirit shine forth from within our hearts.
Christmas to me is togetherness. It is you and the family and friends. It is you and the angels and the cows and the deer and the dog and the shepherds and the angels up there, all together in one place, in one habitat, centered on the babe, on the manger. It's togetherness in Christ. It's togetherness in the Lord Jesus. And together with Jesuit Communications and Areté of the Ateneo de Manila University, I wish to invite you to celebrate Christmas with us in a very special concert which we entitled The Third Noel, Light Up the World, Spreading Hope in Solidarity with All Nations. The show will be streamed on December 11, 7:30 in the evening on the Facebook pages of Jesuit Communications, Radyo Katipunan, Areté, and other social media partners. May the light of Christmas spirit shine forth from within our hearts. Join us. I'll see you there.
Christmas to me means the peace of Christ ruling our hearts. Peace in the midst of restlessness, confidence in the midst of discouragement, joy in the midst of sadness, and courage in the midst of trial. Christmas is Emmanuel, God with us. Together with Jesuit Communications and Areté of the Ateneo de Manila University, I wish to invite you to celebrate Christmas with us in a very special concert entitled The Third Noel, Light Up the World, Spreading Hope in Solidarity with All Nations. The show will be streamed on December 11, 7:30 in the evening on the Facebook pages of Jesuit Communications, Radyo Katipunan, Areté, and other social media partners. May the light of Christmas spirit shine forth from within our hearts.
The Voice of the Blue Eagle, Radyo Katipunan, 87.9.
Voice of the Blue Eagle, kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay atenista, sa loob sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibigpida lahat ng eskwela. Radyo, radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo,
Rejoice, refresh, renew, and reflect. Join us for an hour of music that uplifts the soul. Listen to your favorite Jesuit music ministry artists. This is JMM Radio. JMM Radio. Get your day's dose of inspirational music. Tune in to JMM Radio every Wednesday from 1 to 2 p.m. Only here on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.
Kay lamig na ng gabi sa ilang, habang ang bituin ay nag-aabang, giliw ko sa'king sinapupunan, kay lapit mo nang isilang. Aming pakikipagsapalaran upang makahanap ng tahanan. Abot-abot ang kaba sa dibdib, kay lapit mo sa panganib. O giliw kong anak, tupad na pangarap ko, pagsilay mo sa ating mundo. Maging tahanan ng mahirap at puso mo'y tanggulan ng abad. Sa kapaguran ng iyong amain, ang disyertong pilit niyang bagtasin. Ani mo'y walang patid ang lawak, buhay natin kanyang hawak. O giliw kong anak, tupad na pangarap ko, pagsilay mo sa ating mundo. Maging tahanan ng mahirap at puso mo'y tanggulan ng abad. Liwanag ng unang Pasko, Jesus, bituin ng mundo. O giliw kong anak, tupad na pangarap ko, pagsilay mo sa ating mundo. Maging tahanan ng mahirap at puso mo'y tanggulan ng abad. Kay lamig na ng gabi sa ilang, habang ang bituin ay nag-aabang, giliw ko sa'king sinapupunan, kaunting tiis na lang, tahanan na di darat na.
Alright, good evening and welcome to another edition of JMM Radio, the radio program of the Jesuit Music Ministry. Magandang gabi po. It's another fun Wednesday, this 9th day of December 2020. Ayan, ilang araw na lang, of course, Pasko na po mga kaibigan. And of course, samahan niyo po kami ngayong gabi as we, of course, try to sparkle up your nights and your your day dahil papalapit na nga po ang Kapaskuhan. Ayan. Ako nga po pala, by the way, si Justin Pontino mula sa Radyo Katipunan. At syempre kasama natin si kapatid na...
Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Ako po si Lester Bendiola mula sa Jesuit Music Ministry. And we welcome you to the last episode for the year of JMM Radio. Ayan.
Oo, ayan. Biruin mo yun. Naka-isang taon na naman tayong lumipas. At
grabe, akalain mo, ilang buwan tayong nag-stream from home, Justin.
Correct. Oo. At namimiss ko na rin nga ang studio para magprograma doon. Pero yun nga hanggang ngayon syempre hindi pa rin po pwede gawa ng we are still on quarantine which
pandemya pa rin tayo.
Oo, dahil nga sa pandemyang ito. Which ewan ko kung nararamdaman mo ba talaga na may pandemya kasi para bang ang mga tao ngayon ay parang ang daming tao na sa labas, 'di ba?
Medyo nakakakaba yun, ano? Oo. Pero I think majority naman are observing the health and safety protocols. Justin, ang mga biktima natin ngayong gabi, constant victim natin.
Ang mga constant victims ay kasama rin po natin ngayong gabi. Of course, ang ating mga producers ng JMM Radio, ayan. Of course, nandiyan po
producers turned
turned host, turned ally. Nandiyan po siyempre si Adam Domingo. Adam, bati ka.
Hello po. Hi po, ako po si Adam Domingo. Bumabati sa inyo mula sa Cagayan de Oro.
Uy,
maraming salamat po.
Yes. All the way.
Medyo nakakamiss na po yung Manila. Uwi na ako dyan. Opo.
Ayan. Siyempre, nandito rin si ang ating kapatid na si Chris de la Cruz. Chris.
Magandang gabi sa inyo, Justin and Lester. At sa lahat.
Parang medyo ka ngayon nag-concert ka ba, Chris?
At sumusubaybay. Medyo napainom ng konti ng malamig na tubig eh.
Mukhang may concert kagabi. Nilamig
wala pa. Oo. Sana sa susunod na mga linggo pagbalik natin sa pagkanta ulit.
Oo nga.
Oo.
Pero inaantay natin yung isa pa nating alay pero hopefully makarating na siya. Of course, si Judith Esquivias po, no. Later yan, baka makahabol na siya sa atin. Ayan.
Correct.
Okay.
Justin, kanina pinatugtog natin ang bagong-bagong awit mula kay Arman Ferrer, ang Oyayi, words and music by Father Arnel Aquino SJ, arranged by Mr. Toto Sorioso, which is part of our newly released album, Christmas Begins, produced by Mr. Noel Ferrer and Jesuit Communications.
Correct. And ayun nga nararamdaman na natin ang simoy, no, ang pagbabago ng simoy ng hangin dahil nga ito na malapit na ang Kapaskuhan.
Medyo lumalamig na sa gabi tsaka sa umaga, no? Although sa tanghali parang summer pa rin.
Mainit pa rin. Of course, we are still in a tropical country. What? Tropical country? Oo, 'di ba? Kaya medyo ramdam pa natin ang init ng katanghalian at kahapunan. Pero yun na nga, pag habang tumatagal, habang gumagabi at dumidilim, nararamdaman na natin yung malamig na hangin na nandadala ng season na ito, no, ng Disyembre, no, yan. But of course, hindi po tayo mag-weather report ngayon. Hindi po ako si Mang Tani or whoever. Yon. So, anyway, kamusta muna kayo? Kamusta muna ang mga kaibigan natin na kasama natin na ngayong gabi?
Exam week ngayon eh. So binabati ko yung mga estudyante ko, no? Ano lang, no? Dasal lang, aral. Makakaya nyo yan, no? Malapit nang matapos itong extraordinary semester natin, itong extraordinary term natin na online ang ating platform, ang ating engagement. Matatawid din natin to sa awa ng Diyos.
Oo. Ayun, sasabihin ko nga sana bakit mag-exam ka? Estudyante ka pa rin ba, kuya? Ang pala ng mga estudyante
pa rin ako. Ako din, nag-aaral pa rin naman din ako hanggang ngayon. Nag-take ako ng PhD. Wala pa ako na isusulat doon sa dapat ko isulat.
Talaga. Nako.
Kaya mo yan, Kuya Chris.
Kailangan ng extra effort dahil magde-deadlines na, syempre.
Si Adam, kumusta naman sa Cagayan de Oro?
Okay naman po. Bale, all year round, wala pong tigil yung pagdating ng patients namin. And kasi po, I work at a hospital and we treat cancer patients. And up to now po, tuloy po yung pagdating kahit magpapasko. Pero at the same time, we continue to give them message po na even though medyo mahirap sa kanila, sa mga patients namin, they still find ways to smile and talk to each other and encourage each other. So, mahirap pero kaya naman. Ayun po.
Si Adam na healthcare worker.
Yes po.
Yes,
Yan,
mga frontliners natin si Adam.
Nakita ko na, pumasok na in the room.
Oo nga.
Kapatid na Judith.
Ayan, ang ating kapatid, the late Judith Escalias.
The late?
Hello, magandang gabi, Judith.
Binibining Judith.
Judith, are you there?
Yung ba si Sister Judith?
Wala pa siya.
Are you with us?
Magpakita ka.
Pagalawin mo ang baso, Judith.
Ay, tapos na yun.
Just, habang hinahantay natin si Judith, meron tayong mga events that happened. Event that happened recently, yung ating mga Jesuit fathers sa Jesuit residence sa may Ateneo de Manila University had a concert.
Yes.
Tuloy pa rin ang Pasko.
Oo.
So, sana po napanood po ninyo yun.
Isang masigabong palakpakan para sa ating mga paring Jesuita na grabe yung mga talents, yung mga showcase talents nila, di ba? Ang daming nanood, ang daming natuwa, ang daming nakaramdam ng spirit of Christmas dahil sa kanilang mga awitin at mga, yung kanilang mga mumunting pagtatanghal. Yeah.
Correct. And of course, it's for a good cause. To help us, the Ateneo community, in the relief efforts for the victims of the recent calamity. So, tumatanggap pa po kami ng inyong mga donasyon. Just look for the Jesuit Residence Facebook page. O kaya yung JESCOM, Radyo Katipunan.
Or pwede
pa rin nila mapanood yung concert kasi nandun din naman siya, Just, right?
Yes, correct. Nandun pa rin naman siya. Now, for those naman na yung gusto talaga pa rin tumulong, gusto pa rin magpaabot ng kanilang tulong sa ating mga kapatid, of course, you can still go to the Tanging Yaman Foundation's Facebook page for the details on how you can make your donation or pledge your support for our relief efforts. Of course, kasi hindi naman nagtatapos lang yan sa pagkatapos ng di ba? Pag natapos ng delubyo, tuloy-tuloy yan, we are trying our best to at least help our brothers and sisters na to rebuild themselves. Ay, naglaho ako bigla.
Ano nangyari?
Nag-magic ako. Ayan.
Kapatid na Judith, kumusta? Nakita ko na si Judith. Judith, kumusta ka? How's your week?
Good naman po. Good evening, everybody. Good evening.
Tapos na ba exam sa Ateneo, Judith?
Exam po yan. Wala naman akong exam. More on thesis proposal. Di ba?
Alright.
Hi, Doc Gonzales. Di ba nag-shoutout?
Bumati sa teacher.
Hello po, ma'am. Nagawa ko po yung thesis ko po.
Okay. Dun sa ads natin, no, ang title ng ating episode ay Christmas is not canceled. Ayan. Sabi nga natin, tuloy pa rin ang Pasko kahit na parang buong taon, 2020, parang ang hirap-hirap, no? Sa marami sa atin, lalong-lalo na sa mga kababayan natin that were affected na nga ng pandemic, naapektuhan pa ng mga calamities that we had recently. So, our topic today is Christmas is not canceled. So, if you wish to share with us, we invite you to share with us sa may comment section. Ang tanong, ano ang katanungan, mga kapatid?
Yes. How would you make your Christmas special despite this pandemic? Yun po yung tanong natin.
I-share po ninyo sa amin sa comments section. We are broadcasting live on the Facebook pages of Radyo Katipunan, Jesuit Communications, JMM Artist pages. Nasa ano rin tayo, Radyo Katipunan sa YouTube at nasa Periscope din tayo sa Twitter ng Radyo Katipunan.
And if you are a follower of audio streaming, you can also find us on justcom.ph/radyo-katipunan, or kung kayo po ay nasa 2-kilometer radius malapit sa Ateneo de Manila, mapapakinggan nyo rin kami sa inyong FM radio at the 87.9 FM low frequency band. Ayan.
Right.
Hello, surprise.
Ano nangyari?
He's back.
Namatay yung aking camera bigla. So, diba?
Okay, Justin.
Yes, okay.
Huwag na nating patagalin. Ipakilala natin bigatin ang ating mga panauhin ngayong gabi, ano?
Correct. As in, hindi lang siguro literally, pero talagang sila ang mga, kumbaga, kinitingala din natin sa industriya, no? And also sa Ateneo, no? They're very well known in the community. At nandito sila, of course, dahil nga 'di ba, ang title ng episode natin ay hindi canceled ang Christmas o ang Pasko, 'di ba? So sila ang magbibigay sa atin ng inspirasyon, Nax. Oo, na talagang totoong hindi talaga maka-cancel ever ang Kapaskuhan. Ayan.
Yes, pakilala na natin sila.
Ayan.
Mga kapatid. So,
introduce natin ang ating mga guests ngayong gabi. Ang una nating panauhin is actually the artistic director of Ateneo's Areté, yung ating creativity hub. Ayan. Yung doon na nakikita nyo pong very iconic structure dyan sa Katipunan. Ayan. Yeah, so of course we have with us tonight Dr. Ricky Abad. Ayan. Hi, Doc Ricky.
Good evening, Justin.
Good evening. Good evening.
And welcome
good evening and welcome to JMM Radio po, sir. Ayan. Kamusta po sila?
Okay naman.
Ayan.
Galing lang ako sa isang conference sa Davao na about 2 o'clock today. So,
ayan. And of course, ito, yung susunod nating mga kasama, kilala nyo na yan dito sa Radyo Katipunan because he's one of our mainstay hosts. And of course, marami siyang daladalang mga baon lagi every Friday sa kanyang palatuntunang All Caps Ateneo Level Up. Of course, please welcome the multimedia guru, the multi-awarded Mr. Noel Ferrer.
Hello, good evening Lester, good evening Chris, Adam, and Judith, and yours truly, Justin.
Sabi ko na nga.
Dapat yun yung title mo talaga.
Sabi ko na nga.
Sir Ricky, kung may tinitingala ako, yun yung teacher ko. Naging teacher ko si Sir Ricky.
Naging teacher mo si Sir Ricky.
Oo. Ang maganda dyan, negotiable yung grade. Hindi, we were really pushing for learning more than earning the grades. Kaya, meron kaming quiz every day dun sa social antra na subject niya. Natatandaan ko basta mai-defend ma-understand mo or ma-rationalize mo yung sagot mo, tama yung sagot mo palagi. So it's really not the right or wrong answer, but how you go to yung process of proving yung kung ano yung pinaniniwalaan mo. So yun yung natutunan ko talaga sa kanya.
Ayan, so since sir, we're already talking about yung parang backgrounds natin. So can you tell me more about your yung kwento mo about Sir Ricky and him being your teacher and everything? How is he as a teacher ba?
Tribute pala to, Ricky. Christmas is a thank you, a way of saying thank you. And Ricky has been one of those more progressive teachers that I looked up to kasi right after graduation, I worked with administration already. So yun, parang nakikita mo kasi yung mga tao nagiging boring na pag nagiging administrador, pero si Ricky's not that. No, I worked with him because he was the moderator of Tanghalang Ateneo and I was assigned to yung Office of Student Activities. So he was actually the Dead Poet Society teacher nung panahon namin. Siya yung tutungtong sa mesa para mag-perform, parang gano'n, or ipakita sa iyo na may ibang levels yung meaning ng tinuturo niya. So that was the kind of person he was to me. And then when it was administrative work, ayan siya yung kakampi ko na nagsasabing, Noel, ba't ba to ang isang oras tayo nagsa-school forum para lang i-desisyonan kung saan ilalagay yung quiet sign? Sabi niya gano'n. So sabi niya, we can do more kaysa yung, kasi may ganyan, no, kung ilang number of enrollees yung tatanggapin, o gano'n. Well, while he's cut out for that, I know he's pushing for more greatness, parang gano'n. Mas marami pa siyang magagawa. So after that term, masasaya yung mga school forum namin, pero nirelinquish na yan sa ibang mga tao. But he was really, a person who thinks out of the box, and you see that from the products, from his outputs. And I guess even the Christmas celebration, tignan mo naman, pangatlong taon na ng Noel, no? Third Noel natin, no? Kung saan na napunta. So sabi nga namin ni Lester doon sa spiel, no? From Hyundai Hall na kasi hindi pa, yun parang pinilit namin na mailagay sa Hyundai Hall bilang unang palabas doon, no? Pero kahit na ano pa lang yun, parang skeletal crew or yung hindi pa kompleto yung sound system, talagang push talaga doon sa Hyundai Hall. Last year, ayan, mas malaki sa amphitheater, talagang pinaganda niya 'yon, no. Ngayon hindi natin akalain ibang platform lalabas yung the Third Noel. So, charge it to him. Well, he's really a visionary for me.
Dahil Sir Noel, sinabihan mo describe mo si Sir Ricky bilang iyong guro before. Si Doc Ricky naman tatanungin natin. Doc Ricky, how was Noel? Noel as a student.
Well, actually, I remember more Noel as an administrator because we interacted more.
Yeah.
It's always good to have him there to support Tanghalang Ateneo and the arts in general. And it was wonderful to know that that as a moderator, that somebody else is there helping me get the place and the students more involved. It's not always easy to be a moderator because the students look up to you to support them in whatever endeavors they have. All right, and you want to do that, but it's hard to do it alone because you're only moderator. So with Noel, who had more access to the seats of power.
Hindi naman, Ricky. Talaga. Pero ito yung accomplishment namin during that time. From a classroom in Gonzaga Hall, parang napunta sa Rizal Mini Theater. At least during my time, yun yung magpasinaya ng Rizal Mini Theater. It was Ricky's Kingdom. Yung tipong, at least it was his playground. And hanggang ngayon, yung Tanghalang Ateneo still there sa Rizal Mini Theater. So, ngayon, mas malaking playground, which is Areté now. So, papalaki.
Right. And speaking of...
when she became in the media, and we didn't see each other for a long time, but when we saw each other, he was really so well connected already. And that's how actually the first Noel began, because I said, we were talking, and I said, what can we do? It might be good to have a concert. And he said, yes, I have all the talents. Oh, he had all the talents. So I had a venue and he had the talents, and so we just combined together the first effort, and then we had a show. I said, we might not have enough resources, but we just managed to do it. And he invited, and it was my way of actually because the Areté's first year, and ang dami nang tumulong sa amin, and I wanted Areté known. I wanted the people, the staff people, to experience being in the Hyundai Hall. I wanted people to come and see the place because they are intimidated by the hugeness of the place. And they feel that it's so elitist, or maybe they're not qualified, or you have to pay or something. So I said, let's have a free concert so that people will come. The staff, the secretaries, the librarians, whoever university, you have heard about Areté, but you have not seen it. So a free concert was the best. And Noel helped me with the talents and so on. And everybody sat there in this beautiful venue, and everybody was so thrilled, even though and then we got Missy and Gabe Mercado to do improv with them. And so it became kind of a communal kind of session. And then, of course, when, the singing came, and everybody was sort of uplifted. So it was kind of a thank you. And the next year we did the same thing. And this year I said, Miss Kina, may pandemic, I must have something, but I do not know how. Until I saw the JESCOM Holy Week presentation.
Yes.
They said, that's the style I want, or that's the style I want. So I think I talked to the Areté people. I said, I want to do a concert, but I want to work with JESCOM. But I haven't told them yet. So can you give me permission? I will just ask them. I will ask Father Nono and things like that, and Lester and so on. And I was so happy when Lester says, and Father says, yes, of course, we will be happy. And, Noel, we have it. I was so happy that it came all of a sudden. I didn't expect it. I just asked, because the JSM had a style, and then I didn't know that all the choruses were with them and things like this. And it came out so efficient. And then the JSCOM had its people that knew what it was doing. It's so professional and things like that. And we were able to, my skeletal staff was able to kind of help them actually put this up. So thank you, Lester and JSCOM, for this magnificent opportunity. I hope we can do something again in the future.
For sure,
Sir,
for sure.
When I was new in JESCOM, I remember the yung Areté is still being constructed.
Yeah.
And I got really curious. Sabi ko, ano po itong building na to that's being constructed? Probably many of our viewers are not aware what Areté is.
Yeah.
Can you share with us what Areté is all about?
Yeah. Okay. It's supposed to be a creativity and innovation hub, and we have a theater space because the art and the creative part is very important in a creative hub. This is a place where you can do something. At the same time, the venues are also a way of getting money, of earning, because you can rent the venues for something else. But more important than that, the Areté is a place where we try to bring people of diverse disciplines together. We are very big on collaboration, which is a kind of a big word also now. But that's the whole idea is, and Father Villerin's kind of vision, is that you get people of different persuasions together, give them space, give them resources, and let them come up with some new idea, all right? Because the energy and the creativity comes from synergy. And so my task really is to broker relationships between people. Because sa theater ka, hindi ka lang, you just don't do a play. Are you partnering with something? So what else are you doing? If you're doing concerts, what are you doing it for? If you're doing it with science, so my project is trying to get people together within the arts or across the arts to be able to do something. And there are many, many projects. So this project with JESCOM is an example, for instance. I just don't do it alone. I have to do it with somebody. Then it maybe becomes better. Okay? So this is one example. So next year, we don't know what will happen. Maybe we can add another thing to the party. This is a triple thing. So there. And then we have a program called Sandbox. The political scientists, the biologists, they all come with their project. Ang condition lang, isama ang arts sa ginagawa ninyo.
Yeah.
Okay? So, kunyari merong gumagawa ng, I want to do something on mourning for massacred people or something. Or what's the artistic component there? Okay?
Yeah.
I want to do something on bird watching. All right. What's the artistic component there? So, I think we are encouraging people with grants of 100,000 a year to conceive of projects, creative or scientific, na kasama yung arts. All right, so that's one of encouraging people to think in terms of art and other disciplines together. So, and I also want projects now, a lot of art, para people can watch and get stimulated. So there's the art gallery there, get stimulated with art. I want concerts to stimulate them with art, but not art as simple entertainment, but art as reflection, art as many things, art as a source of community pride, art as healing, art as that sort of thing, art as service and things of this sort. So you try to expand the meaning. In fact, I'm going to talk to opera people soon about a project with them. And of course, one of the things I want to do is, how does this relate to the public? Opera and what? And things like this. Is it just decoration? Is it just beauty? Just admiring voices? No, it's more than that. So then you try to push the art, let it go out. Push the scientist and the businessman to think also in terms of art. The science have a big problem. They have many interesting findings, but they have difficulty communicating their findings on climate change. So I said, I want to get arts there to talk to the climate people and then somehow merge and find out how you communicate your findings to the general public. Yung mga ganong klaseng project. So I'm all for, so the art is that, it's a place where you try to collaborate. And even if you fail, okay lang. All right? Even if 100,000, you say, ay, wala nangyari sa experiment na ito, okay lang. Basta nasubukan yung ipagsama yung mga kung anong isasama sa halo-halo ninyo. Okay?
Dami nilang pera.
Pero
it's really
naman minsan sa rental ng venue. Okay, so doon namin kinukuha.
But it's really like Areté is equated to really collaboration and synergy. No, whenever you think about the place, it should be co-equated with that. No, yung collaboration. And it's again, you're correct. It's a heavy word this year. You know, a lot of people are really getting into this collaboration thing because of perhaps
and it's also inclusive kasi lahat dapat makasama. Kaya nag-apply yung Gay Pride March. Pwede kayo sa amphitheater mag-rally. Sure, okay, you go to the rally for the amphitheater. But the idea is just to get people that they should not feel unwanted because of this venue and things like this.
Because sometimes Areté looks intimidating, di ba?
Yes, because that's the size is so intimidating.
Parang corona, di ba? Parang yun, parang ilalagay sa ulo. Pero Ricky, yun na nga, we have to make Areté really viable also. Well, lalo na ngayong may pandemic. Because UP also, naririnig mo ang taga-UP, they're rushing their own theater, di ba? Sa malapit dun sa dormitory. So, parang may, at least ngayon sa Quezon City, may alternative venues na ganyan. Kasi we would normally go to Makati or Music Museum, yan na yung mga halls, di ba? But at least in Quezon City, we have the Areté now.
Of course, now I'm searching for a big grand piano, baby grand or a grand piano. Because if I have that, I can attract classes na lang mga the best artists, pianists, concerts to come. Can you imagine if you had a great piano? People will love to go there, and a symphony concert would like to go there and play with the piano.
Kasi kahit sa lobby lang, Rix, pwede na, di ba?
Yeah. So that get music all around and things like this, and get people to go there and listen to stuff like that.
And since we're starting a new decade next year, i-revive na natin yung Himigsikan. We've been talking about it.
Yes.
Diba the songwriting competition ng Atenista? It all started there, yung mga Lead Me Lord and all those songs. Yung kanta ni Regina, Tanging Ikaw. Tanging Ikaw, yun. Galing Himigsikan yun. So, we can we're starting a new decade next year. So, parang yun. It might be a good chance.
In fact, I want also the Atenean being more expressive. Kasi we used to be, when I was in college, high school, and dahil mga elocution contest, reading contest, and dahil mga singing contest. So, ang daming nagtatalent to express. Ngayon, nawawala na masyado yan. So, I think maybe if you have the singing contest on extempore speech, spoken word poetry, I don't know what, then people learn to become more expressive. The eloquentia part of the Jesuit ideal, which we have now na lumubog, naging subsensya na more everything. is what we want also to create. So that's
Pero ngayon, tama kasama natin yung JMM or yung Radyo Katipunan kasi baka online natin gagawin muna habang sarado pa yung ano. No? So it can be Areté and Radyo
Katipunan. Radio contest would also be possible if we cannot do it by something.
Right.
And then kung pwede na doon ang final sa Hyundai Hall or something.
Ayan na. Conceptualize na ng
Oo nga eh. Para na tayo nagmi-meeting dito. But anyway, para po sa kaalaman ng ating mga nakikinig at mga manonood, of course, we have Sir Ricky and Sir Noel with us tonight to actually talk about our upcoming event, which is yun na nga, in relation to what we're saying that Christmas is not canceled. It is our season starter, in fact, diba? This is our season starter. And yun nga, no, we'll talk about that in a bit, no, itong concert natin na niluto para sa ating community. But before we go to that, let's go to a more serious and relevant question nowadays. Na parang syempre knowing that Christmas is just around the corner, and of course with this pandemic, parang how do you feel about celebrating Christmas this year? And I know for a fact that it's going to be difficult given the situation that we have. Like for example, for your friends or for your family, parang, and why should we still continue to celebrate it?
Correct. I'll go. It pains me that I can't be with my sister and her family during Christmas. So, kasi grabe rin ng COVID situation sa Oregon, Portland, Oregon. So, they're supposed to be here. Gustuhin man nila, may 14-day quarantine or yung parang mako-compromise yung bakasyon nila, tapos may risk pa. So, okay lang naman yung ganitong celebration, but the isolation, I guess, or the social distancing is something ang hirap i-grapple or to deal with, no? So but because of the pandemic, tatanggapin na rin lang natin. Pero ang daming mako-compromise, Rex, di ba? Parang hindi tayo pwede mag-hug, hindi pwede mag-hawak, magmano, di ba? Parang ganyan, ang dami nang meme ngayon na yung mga ninong at ninang may alternative ways na ng pagre-regalo kasi nga yun hindi na pwede
may mga requirements
na yan, di ba? Parang mga gano'n, no? So
Gcash na ba?
Kakaiba talaga.
Gcash na.
And hindi ko kayang hayakapin yung concept ng a better normal because it's not better. Well, at least, with the old paradigm, sabing better normal, ang hirap intindihin na it will be better. Well, it can be the new normal, yeah, but then I don't know if it's better. Rix, I don't know. Have you reflected on that already?
It's a new normal. I think like you, I will not have the family reunion in the usual way. But I think this Christmas, first of all, we should celebrate Christmas.
Of course.
Because it's a kind of a pillar in our lives.
Yeah.
And it's like, the wedding anniversary, it's like a birthday, it's like your first love or whatever it is. So it's a kind of a memorable occasion that you want to relive in some way or the other. So you kind of do it. But I think this year also is a challenge to make Christmas, find creative ways actually to live with the situation. It probably will be a bit more simple than it was before. If, for instance, in our house, we will not have a beautiful Christmas tree in Noel because it's first of all, my nephew died this year. It was like my son, so it's kind of there's a kind of loss. But and that was the Christmas tree was for nephews and kids who would come home there and from the province, but they're not there, so we have to do with it. So we have more simple decorations at home. So it's a kind of a more simple Christmas, but also we'll find kind of creative ways of dealing with it, creative ways of dealing with family or something. Maybe the online, maybe jokes, maybe something. And I've had online reunions with my family, my brothers and sisters over the month, and it just is, it's just funny. I mean, it can be just very masaya rin naman. I mean, hindi nga kayo nag-aano, pero ang kwentuhan, natatamo mo rin yung theme ng bonding. In fact, malakas na mas ang bonding namin ngayon kaysa noon because nga parang gutom ka sa contact, we have a lot more contacts. In fact, I have never had so much contact with my brothers sisters this compared to last year, more now.
That's true.
And the family, the Christmas will be no different. So I think Christmas should be there, and I think we should just challenge ourselves. We are all artists, and all artists find a way of saying, how can we live with this thing? What is the truth of the moment? How can we act given the circumstances we are in? That's what I keep telling people. We are all actors, and actors make the best out of the circumstances we are in. All right, and that's the same principle that we are doing here. So it might be simple. The menu might be more simple, but maybe there are other benefits that will come from that. Like we can rest and sleep earlier or something.
Even natin.
I love sleep. I love to sleep.
Why not? Oh, why not? But yun nga, as they say, nothing has really changed as far as celebrating Christmas, because anyway, Christmas is not about the parties, it's not about the revelry. It's really, I mean, the reason for the season is, of course, the birth of Christ. And, you know, it has not changed for the last 1,000 years. So we have been commemorating it. So the only difference lang now is that, yun nga, we cannot celebrate it with family. But I agree, there are a lot of creative ways, or kumbaga sabi nga nila, pag gusto may paraan. So
I will miss singing the Christmas carols in church. I love to sing the carols, and I like to scream and sing out loud. I never get a chance to sing it at all in my life.
But in that,
only in church, like, can I sing my loud Christmas carol? I will miss that. So I don't know what kind of celebration they will have. I hope this church will have something, so I can go there, even at distancing, and sing my lungs out, a holy night or something like that, and sing it out loud.
How about traditions? How about traditions, sir? I mean, you already said about singing Christmas carols in person. Si Sir Noel, for example,
I really go to the simbang gabi of at the Yesu, at Yesu. No? So, yun talaga. Tas after that, parang may mini reunion ng mga batchmates mo dun sa labas. Kasi may bibingkat puto bongbong doon palagi, di ba? But, well, I've always loved Christmas kasi, well, the whole year, yung turo sa akin ni Louie Campos, buong taon, basta may Christmas music ka sa kotse, kahit anong traffic yan or init ng ulo mo, pag when you put Christmas music, nakakabait, parang gano'n, nakakasaya. So, yun lang talaga. So, the whole year, meron lang talagang Christmas music na nakaantabay doon. No? Pero, ngayon yata, di ba, if you see, sabi nga yung napaka-creative ng mga artists, halos lahat yata ng mga artists ngayon, may Christmas song or may Christmas album. Kasi yun na nga, may oras sila talaga para gumawa ng mga kanta ngayong Pasko. So, yun, ang dami, na flood talaga ng yung Spotify, yung mga digital platforms ng mga Christmas songs, which is good also. It's people's way of coping. Pero let's not forget, yun nga, parang ito yung panahon din na mararamdaman ng tao yung hirap. Sa tingin ko kasi a lot of things happened aside from the pandemic. Ngayon nararamdaman yung economic crunch, di ba?
Right.
Maraming nawalan ng trabaho, maraming nawalan ng mahal sa buhay dahil nga dun sa pandemic, pero marami ring tinamaan yung bagyo. Yun, so parang ako, ang bait nga ng mga Pinoy kasi sabi ko nga, yung word of the year ko talaga, sabi nila 2020 dapat, parang marker yung 2020, pero yung isang word of the year talaga, ayuda. Di ba? Kasi yun yung tulong mo at saka yung the politics of ayuda. Kala mo yung mayayaman lang yung nagbibigay ng ayuda, hindi. Kasi yung kahit na kauri mo or yung mas mahihirap pa, nagbibigay siya ng ayuda sa mga tao. So yun, parang ako feeling ko, yun yung responsibilidad pa rin natin hanggang ngayon. At kahit yan with our concerts, di ba? It's actually giving ayuda to people and for them to be able to cope with the season.
Napansin ko maraming nagbibigay ngayon. The generosity of people is quite evident in many places.
But that said, in our own simple ways, yon, we can be generous to people. And this is one example. The event that we're going to have, which we're going to talk more about before we go on break. But then again, of course, bago yan, magpapatugtog po muna tayo ng ating
sa mga Christmas songs natin.
Correct. Oo. And when we get back, we will get to listen to some questions, of course, from our other producers. Ayan. Lalo na they're interested to know more about this coming concert, the Third Noel. Ayan. So makinig po muna tayo. Let's have this song by Father Arnel Aquino. And this one is performed, of course, by the Bukas Palad Ministry. The song is called Between. Ayan. So, wag po kayong aalis. Magbabalik po ang JMM Radio pagkalipas ng ilan sa
Oy, buksan mo yung likod.
Rick, stop.
Bilang iyong mga Get your daily dose of inspiration through our music. Follow JustCom PH on Spotify and JustCom Music in YouTube.
And Just, you are on mute. And we are back. JMM Radio, you've watched the official music video of Between, a song composed by Father Madaling Francisco FJ. And, sorry, mapapagalitan ako. Father Arnel Aquino SJ. And performed by the Bukas Palad Music Ministry. Ayan, mula sa Pasko na album.
Ayun. At syempre, ito nga po, ang experience natin pag nag-online, nakakalimutang mag-unmute.
Word of the year din yan.
Word of the year.
You're talking on mute.
Correct. Ayan.
Sorry.
At of course, yan nga, nagbabalik po muli ang JMM Radio. Bago po tayo magpatuloy sa ating discussion ngayong gabi, of course, with our guests, Mr. Noel Ferrer and Dr. Ricky Abad of the Areté. Basa muna tayo ng ilang mga comments sa ating mga may mga ating mga guests dito sa ating live streaming ngayong gabi. Ayan, meron ka ba diyan mga nagpapabate na na mga kaibigan natin, Les? Of course, from our friends from the Jesuit Music Ministry's Facebook page or Facebook group page, or also being a watch party. Tama ba? Ayan. So we have, si B. Nanonood sa atin si B yan. Hi, B. Ayan.
Ayan. Yes, meron tayong mga ilang bumabati dito, no, Justin? Si Sir Gabby Lopez. Si Miss Rory ang Magtagnob. Ayan. She wants to say hi. And then, Sister Susay Valdez is watching us.
Hi, Sister. Hello po.
Si Ate Erice, sa Friends of the Jesuit Music Ministry. And may mga comments sa JustCom, no? Mamaya
we'll get to check them out. We'll get to check them out. And yeah, so ngayon pong gabi, we are talking about, of course, about the coming season of Christmas not being canceled at all. So tuloy na tuloy pa rin po ang Pasko despite the pandemic. And of course, one testament to that is this concert that we are going to watch tomorrow. Friday. Tomorrow. So Friday, that's December 11. At 7:30 in the evening. Ayan. And this is, of course, in collaboration with the Areté and the Jesuit Communications. Of course, with the Jesuit Music Ministry spearheading it. Ayan. So, pag-uusapan natin yung concert na yan, of course. So, of course, ang kasama natin ngayon ng ating mga producers, they actually want to ask you some questions about the concert. So let's try to listen to them. Adam, let's have Adam ask his question.
Hello po, good evening po sa inyo lahat. Sir Ricky, Sir Noel, hello po. Ano po sir, my question lang po is basically this Third Noel concert is parang yung third installment ng series of concerts. Ano po ba yung ano yung main theme ng this coming concert, the Third Noel, and how does that tie up po with the first two Noel concerts in the previous years? Yun po.
Ang ganda lang nung tema ngayon kasi since the first Noel, Ricky already was parang thinking of a ritual that we can carry through kahit anong taon. And that was the light signal, parang the light ritual, no. So nung una yun yung pasahan ng light. Tapos yung last year, ganun pa rin. May mga candles nga last year, di ba?
Oh, may pasahan ng lights ng first.
Yeah. Pasahan ng lights dahil yung may light display kasi pinapakita ni Ricky talaga, yung Areté pwedeng magkaroon ng magandang lighting design. Ganun. So last year, may mga kandila, di ba? Nakita natin. No? Yes. Pero ngayon, kakaibang ilaw kasi, ramdam na ramdam natin yung walang light kung hindi natin maramdaman yung darkness. So ngayon, ramdam na ramdam natin yung kaibahan nung sharing the light. Ito nga yung magandang kwento dyan. even before ABS-CBN had their Liwanag at Ligaya na campaign. Tapos yung TV5 has their light yun iliwanag din ng Pasko. Si Ricky was thinking, yun maganda na yun yung parang light up the world. At ito, hindi lang Pilipinas kasi we're able, because of the platform, the medium, we're able to extend kahit sa ibang bansa. So, na-achieve naman natin because we're able to like get performers that are not based in Manila, no? So, kung nga mas mahaba pa yung oras natin, we could have like gotten other people. We have Joey Albert from Canada who like gave her contribution for the concert. Pero ang pinakamalaking dagdag dyan at hinihintay natin yung message at saka yung basbas, yung blessing ni Cardinal, ng Bishop Tagle na makikita natin dun sa dulo nung palabas.
Yeah. Mamaya natin i-reveal pa yung ilan sa mga aabangan na nila sa Friday na mga artists, na mga performances. But yan, you already gave us an idea earlier, no, when you were talking about your backgrounds, yung paano nagsimula yung annual Christmas show. So nabanggit na nga natin that this is the third installment. Pero how exactly did it started with you, yung collaboration with Sir Noel and the Areté for this concert?
Rex, ayan na, word of the year, unmute.
Okay, here. How is this? You see, as artist first year, and
I was turning 30. I was turning 30 during that year. So Enrique had this new building. Talaga doon sabi ko gano'n. And then sabi ko, ang ganda-ganda naman ng building na to. Tapos kinausap ko siya, talaga, Rix, parang meron pwedeng mangyari dyan. So yun ang nangyari. Well, minadali talaga ni Ricky, hindi naman to parang Manila International Film Festival. Tapos naman na, but it's really the technicals that talagang ni-speed up niya para umabot dun sa First Noel. Go, Rick.
Yeah, and it was a very so Noel had the talents, and then we had staff, and we weren't used to handling concerts, so people were coming in, coming out. There was no particular schedule. We were changing numbers in the middle of, because somebody will come late and somebody's there, so we couldn't get an order straight. But that's all backstage. Up front, it came out rather smoothly. So it was for me, it was a place. As I said, the theme was Thanksgiving, and then it was really gratitude. So so we just got talents, put them together. And then, have a concert. That's just good people out there. So it was Noel had the resources. I had the venue, so we just collaborated on that thing. And
but the good thing there is that we wanted to open it to the Ateneo community, really. So we had representatives from the grade school, the high school, and the college, and the whole community had participation. Well, parang yun yung maganda. And then even the Ateneo talents outside were there. Like the company was there during the first mga kasama na natin yan. So parang masaya lang yung mga tao to like lend their talents, and then we were not talking about fees, di ba, Rix? Wala talaga. So
promise namin Noel about grade school and high school, because I wanted to show Areté is not for college only or Loyola schools. It's really for the whole university. Even this con is why we have CBOL and we have the grade school boys choir. Because we have to represent them, because and alumni also, because the Areté is supposed to be for is Office of the President. It's not really a Loyola school thing, so we had to communicate that through the talent that we have. So that was how it began. Actually, it was just Noel and I's idea of making use of the venue, because we had somebody rented it for a musical, but kami mismo sa staff, wala kaming project doon. So this was our first project on the venue, getting used to how to put up the space in the venue. The next year, I forget now what our theme last year was. I think it is light or something. I forget what it was.
It was really light. Well, it was light, but I remember we had to move to a bigger venue because the ABS-CBN orchestra
Wanted to join.
Si Eric Bolante, and we're remembering him now ha kasi he
Yes.
passed on this year, no? Yun parang sabi ko, hindi kami nakasama ng first, grabe yung reviews ng mga tao na, uy, kailangan next year makasama kami. Rex, ito dito kinikilabutan. Little did we know it was the last performance of the ABS-CBN Orchestra.
Really?
Because di ba, hindi sila nabigyan ng franchise. Sila yung unang nawalan ng trabaho. So parang ako, it was, we were lucky that we had the whole orchestra there. And then parang God appointed lang na mas malaki yung venue, at saka kita-kita natin yung community na pumunta kasi may mga taga Loyola Heights, si Jim Paredes, si Rex, hindi namin siya naimbitahan bilang performer. Sabi niya, uy, gusto ko mag-perform. Sabi niya, sa susunod na lang, Jim. Pero yun na nga, parang nandun siya as part of that Loyola, that community, kasi dyan siya sa Loyola Heights community. So nandun yun, mga tao nakaupo lang doon, parang concert at the park. Yung nangyari last year.
Well, the other thing is very interesting. I have a secret agenda, so I wanted to invite performers. I wanted them to experience singing at the Areté, at the Hyundai. Kasi maganda yung acoustics. So, and singers love beautiful spaces and beautiful sound. They can sound better. So when I got Armand to sing there, and I got the opera people, and I got who sang the Cats last time?
Joanna Ampiel,
Yes, Joanna Ampiel sang there, and then after the singing, I want to sing here, and you know, it made me feel then I can do more in the future because I have singers now who have experienced Areté, and the concerts. The symphony orchestra, they love playing there because they know the sound system, and the ABS wanted to play there. So that's also on my agenda, not only get the community there, but get the artists there to experience being in that space.
And to be part of the community as well.
Yes.
Kasi I experienced last year's Noel, and I'm a fan of open air concerts. Ayan. And ang saya nun kasi yung picnic may nakikita tayong mga nagpi-picnic, di ba? We encourage people to go on picnic, and it turned into a family affair. The concert actually turned into a family affair for a lot of our community members, and it was such a great experience.
But Justin, we couldn't control the length. It lasted so long.
I know.
You know, some people sang twice, we didn't control. Ngayon, control yung aming palabas.
Nag-edit pa nga tayo ng ibang mga artists, Ricky. Talagang nagsulat pa si Ricky na tipong sa susunod na lang. Pero yun na nga.
Hindi na pwede. Tapos ni Lester, masama ang video mo, wala ka na kasama dyan. You know? So very strict on me this year. But before, somebody, can I sing 2 songs? Yeah, sure. Sing 2 songs. And humaba yung program. Things like that. So that was our weakness naman. So we couldn't really organize ourselves and be firm with this actors. They were already giving their service for free. I didn't want to disappoint them. All right.
Right.
But so this year, again, we thought about this solidarity theme. It's all over the place. And I've been in international conferences, and I noticed this was the sense that I was getting, that people had to cooperate, and the digital made it possible for people to cooperate more easily. And this was kind of a solution for the future. So I thought that the theme had to be oneness and light, and one in light, and the solidarity. And that was, I think, the theme that we wanted. In fact, there was a time when we were preparing, and Les would know this, and we had a meeting, and the typhoons just came, and right away I realized now we cannot the tone of this concert cannot be too happy and and merry and light. There must be some sort of kind of a gravity to the celebration, and that's why they chose the songs that were more for healing, more for reflecting, more for. There's occasionally a fast number, but there's a beautiful balance there when the company would be singing. Magandang balance, but generally it was kind of that kind. And when I saw the draft, this is what I felt. I felt like drawing in. I felt my spirit coming with the thing, and with the visuals that kind of helps. So it's a kind of a different kind of concert, and not the kind that you would expect from the previous year. They could sing what they want and things of that sort, and it was more random. But now it is a bit more controlled, more contained, more holistic, I think, than previous concert. That's why I like this one very much. So that's how the themes go. The themes go in terms of what is the spirit. Now next year, Noel is already suggesting that the elections would be in 2023 or 2022 or something. Maybe we should talk about Bob Dylan's "The Times They Are Changing," or "The Winds of Change," or something like that. You know, Trump lost and Biden won. Maybe that's a signal for many things to come in the future. So we should watch development as they go through the year. We can see whether this is a kind of theme we can pursue next year. So that concert will be now art and arete striving for change, using the art as the medium, music as the medium.
Right.
We can, wave and rally for change in our political and social life. So
and we're also entering a new decade next year, of course. So that's a good thing.
A new decade, yeah.
A new decade, 2021. Judith, I think you have a question for our guests.
Hello po, good evening. My question is, for all na pwede niyo maging partner, why did you partner with JMM for this year's Noel concert?
As I said, yes, I partnered with JSCOM because I knew I wanted an online concert, but I knew it will take a lot of technical skills to do that. All right, we don't have those skills in Arete. My tech team are lights people and sound engineers, but they are not things like that. And you need a script writer, you need editors, and we don't have that. All right, that's just one. So I was kind of looking for. I was thinking of maybe outsourcing because I have former students who have like studios around. Maybe they could do it. All right, so I was thinking.
Sabi ko no, di ba? Rick, ko, because I knew JMM was planning for another concert. So sabi ko ganun, hindi pwede yun kasi ang hirap mag-record ng mga artists ngayon at mag-perform, di ba yung mga choirs, gumawa lang ng isang kanta, gagawa sila sa JMM, tapos gagawa pa for Areté. So, I was kind of pressuring si Lester then. Sabi ko, Lester, kailangan kasama na namin kayo para hindi ka na gumawa ng iba pang concert. Yun yung hinintay niyang basbas actually kay Father Nono. So, Lester, how did that happen?
Yeah, that's right. And then I saw that the Holy Week presentation that the Jesuit ministry has communication had, and I said,
I think was it the Feast of Saint Ignatius?
Ignatius yata. Yes.
Holy Darkness.
The Holy Darkness.
Ang ganda ng
first experimental online concert.
Yun ang kailangan ko. So that's how it came. So me watching the concert, Noel and this thing, and then
sabi ko nasa radyo katipunan lang yon. So sabi ko ganun, at least merong connect.
And Lester just said, yeah, we're planning a concert and sana magsabay na lang tayo. So there, that was the thing. And it helped because that in terms of the talent pool, we had probably more than enough because it was so easy. Lester got the choirs, Noel had his own list, and we just put that all together. So it just came in very, very quickly and things like this. And then,
the synergy,
very interesting.
And I think yung process din po, Doc Ricky, in terms of coming up with the theme, coming up with how the story will flow. It was not dictated by anyone, but it was a collaboration of all of us.
Yes, that's true. It was always very collaborative. Even the comments, basta may memo or may bagong material, pinapasa na sa lahat yan. Miski na yung a matter of tokens for the performance, pinapasa sa lahat yan para everybody has a say in what's going on and things like this. So that's why in 11, if everybody's at Arete, we'll be last time there together just to watch this thing together. And Noel will give us a meal.
Because it's and
kind of the thing.
Advance happy birthday to Sir Noel, of course.
Yun na yung celebration natin. But yun na nga, I guess it's that, no? Parang celebrating despite the times or in spite everything. Parang yun yung parang kakayanin naman nating mag-celebrate pa rin pero mas nanunuot because of the arts. Actually, ang nawala ngayon, Ricky, yung yung the spoken word, yung mga ganon, wala masyadong yung ganong performances kasi okay yun panoorin ng live, pero hindi natin ma-approximate kasi kung gagawin online. But the gain there was that we're able to get artists na kahit wala dito sa Pilipinas o nasa probinsya, di ba, parang we're able to reach out to more people. And I hope, hindi ba, yung even the audiences now, hindi lang yung mga pupunta ng Arete physically, pero yung mga tao abroad, well, ang isang misa sa sa Jescom ngayon sa Radyo Katipunan nag-average yata ng 5,000 viewers, di ba? So, yun, maliit pa yun. So, we're in for more people watching it.
I hope so.
And I think in that light, no, yung what to expect really much. I think that's the question, right, of Chris. Chris, you can throw your question in.
Having heard those recollections of the past editions of the concerts that we had, what can we expect on Friday?
Okay. Maybe
on my end, we have artists, artists na, well, we have Mark Bautista for the first time. We have Juris singing Sana Ngayong Pasko, which is an anthem for Christmas. Bayang Barrios doing her, well, OPM stuff. The Company again giving us some lively music, pero yon may tama pa rin. And we have the superstar of the Bayanihan Musikahan series, si Ebe Dancel, na halos lahat ng mga tao gustong mapanood siyang mag-perform. And then I sing a person from Canada na hindi nagpa-perform dito for the longest time, Joey Albert, has contributed a number. So parang may mga ganong possibility. Meron pa ngang ibang mga tao that we had to next sa susunod na lang siguro sila mag-perform. Lester, ikaw under the Jesuit Music Ministry, marami yan.
Sa Jesuit Music Ministry, we actually have a lot of talents, no? But we can't accommodate everyone as well. So we selected a number of our groups, like yung recently Awit Awards winner for Best Christmas Recording, yung Musika Kiesa. And then we have our resident choirs, Ateneo Chamber Singers, Bukas Palad, Hangad, Coro Ilustrado, VC6 Philippines, Pansol Choir, Toto Seryoso, si Michael Shimamoto has created a song with Hero Mauricio, which is the finale of this concert. Napakagandang kanta. Abangan po ninyo yung performance nila.
For those who actually missed the tandem, no, na the Worst the Sheep, di ba? Yung group nila before. But of course, they are kind of busy for the past years, no? And now that they're actually back, so parang this is a reunion for them. Yan. So, ayan, marami ding mga bagong artists tayong narinig, no? Including, of course, performances from Arman Ferrer, are one of our newest JMM artists. Ayan. So,
the other thing I noticed is that in our initial list, we had many name stars, very, very famous stars. But eventually, that kind of nawala. And then, so it's kind of interesting that as we develop the concert, we don't really have what you call a superstar, you know. And that is so good because now the ego is less in the production.
That's true.
So it's just the song and the artist. But there is none of this the personality thing.
Right.
Song. So the tone is very nice. And so that tone, you focus on the song, you focus on the music, not on the personality of the superstar, so to speak. So I'm so glad that turned out. We didn't deliberately make it that way. In fact, we were thinking of having a superstar para may box office appeal yung concert. But in the end, sabi ni Lester, we've got very good performers anyway.
That's true.
So we had that there, and that's
it's like
ang ganda ng flavor of the song. So remember the music really much more, and the feeling it brings you. Sometimes even more than the singer, but you remember.
That's true.
Yes.
This is the spirit, nice.
Wow.
Para
so
kang
much.
nag-retreat, di ba? Para kang nag-prayer session bago magpasko, parang gano'n. Para nag-celebrate. Actually, we were saying, Justin, pwede itong i-replay during Christmas Eve or Christmas evening, di ba? Yun, kasi it's that kind of concert or presentation that makes you reflect or, well, ibang klase, din sasabihin talaga, a more meaningful celebration of Christmas.
Right. That's, well, yun nga, sabi nyo nga, it's a very action-packed talaga. It's really a packed event on Friday. And everybody's, I think, looking forward to hearing from our artists. Siguro at this point, let's of course try to let's invite, of course, our friends who are watching us now, how they can actually watch the concert on Friday, the Third Noel Light Up for, is that right? Light Up for the World or Light Up
Light
the
Up
World?
the World.
Yan. Sige, Les.
We'd like to invite you to watch the Third Noel Light Up the World. It's going to be streamed live on the Facebook pages of Areté of the Ateneo de Manila University, Jesuit Communications, Radyo Katipunan, and many social media partners. We're also airing it on YouTube and Twitter. It's this coming Friday, 7:30 p.m. So binanggit po namin kanina ni Noel yung mga artists that are going to perform, and then Doc Ricky also mentioned Cardinal Tagle will be part of our concert. Tapos there's a part of the concert that they can participate, no? Ano nga yun?
It's lighting the candle or whatever it is you can light to your homes. We would encourage people to take a shot, a selfie probably, and then post it while watching.
Social media.
Right.
Hashtag.
Yes, dapat may hashtag tayo ng Light Up the World. Parang the Third Noel Light Up the World. Parang we will make our Christmas. Diba? Parang sabi na, we cannot stop Christmas and we will make our Christmas more meaningful and more memorable. We will find ways of being together kahit anong mangyari. Kahit we're apart, we will find ways of being together. So this is one way of being together. Yun, habang nanonood kayo, di ba parang if you commemorate someone, yun parang meron ka nagsindi ka ng kandila. And now, yun, add that light and then kunan nyo lang yun, tapos yun, i-post nyo lang, tapos may hashtag kaming ibibigay. Yun, the Third Noel Light Up the World.
Right. Ayan. So yeah, we invite everyone to join us at that simple but meaningful ceremony of lighting a candle for the world. Ayan. So that we light it up with inspiration and for a better world. Yon. Okay. Ayan. Ako. So exciting ang magiging Biyernes natin because of this concert. I'm pretty sure of that. And of course, I would like to thank our guests for tonight. Ayan, si Doc Ricky Abad of Areté and Sir Noel Ferrer, of course, of our all caps Ateneo Level Up here on Radyo Katipunan. Maraming salamat po for joining us tonight. Ayan.
Yes.
Any announcements that we have, Les, for
sila Adam and Chris and Judith will announce some of the upcoming events that we have.
All right, go ahead.
Go, Miss Judith.
And good evening, everybody. So on December 12th, we will be having the Word Exposed, the Advent Recollection 2020. That's December 12th at 8 p.m. You can watch it live here on Jesuit Communication.
Si Cardinal Tagle, Advent Recollection.
Yes.
After sa akin, no? Talagang lagari si Cardinal Tagle. Ako naman on Friday, please, before that 7:30, the Third Noel, I'm having, for my birthday episode, the Superstar. Should have been the national artist already, pero yun. Nora Honor will be joining us in Level Up. And then, for the first time, the Actor Board, yung the League of Filipino Actors, will be joining us also. So we'll have Ding Dong Dantes, Agot Isidro, Iza Calzado, Mylene Dizon, Cherry Pie Picache, Jasmine Curtis Smith, and Ron Kapinding. So Ron is part of that parang the new Actors Guild.
Wow, our very own.
With us on Friday.
Our very own Sir Ron of Lundagin Mo Baby.
Correct.
Ayan. Okay, so that's on Friday at 3 p.m. here on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 on Facebook and on YouTube.
We have a couple more of activities, right?
Yes, meron tayo. Yung sa December 23, 2020, 7 p.m. Ateneo Chamber Singers Christmas Offering. So with a special guest SYC and some singers.
All right. So that's
Yes.
Ateneo Chamber Singers, their annual Christmas concert. Okay. Ayan, abangan po natin yan. And last, we have one more, right?
And of course po, we have the Bukas Palad Come Be Our Light online Christmas concert. This will be on December 18 naman at 8 p.m.
Ayan, that's the continuation of their the concert that they started for Advent.
Yes. Tapos Justin, no, aside from kanina, it was mentioned yung mga songs are memorable. No, we want to make it memorable to people talaga. That's why we're releasing a digital Christmas album. Most of the songs here are songs that will be sung by our Jesuit Music Ministry artists. So yung album natin, Campana, will be released on the same day of the concert, December 11, on all digital streaming platforms. Abangan po din yan.
Abangan natin yan on Friday. At nawala na naman ang aking... Naglaho na naman po ako. Naging invisible man na naman po ang inyong...
Parang anyway, Justin, di ba?
Where's Justin? Ayan. Anyway, sige. Muli, bigyan natin ng... any last words or any final things to announce for our viewers po, Sir Doc Ricky and Sir Noel?
Oh, just Merry Christmas, everyone. I hope to see you in the December 11 concert. I'm looking forward to everybody there and enjoying. Invite your friends to come. When I was in the meeting today in Davao, online Davao, I invite everybody there to tune in to watch the concert. So that's it. So Merry Christmas all, and I hope I get to see you again this year or next year for another project or whatever it is that we have in line. Who knows? I know strict programs because we play it by ear depending on what the situation is like. If the restrictions become looser, then we become looser as well. So we're like cats. We should be ready to strike.
Galing, no?
Galing.
It's really collab, Rix, no? So, a good collab with the Jesuit Music Ministry and JESCOM. But in last message lang, parang ibahagi natin yung pananampalataya sa Pasko sa taong ito at magpakailanman. Parang kahit ano man mangyari, di ba? Parang tuloy pa rin yung Pasko. So, we'll see each other. Sana nga, palagi sinasabi, sana araw-araw Pasko. Yun.
Yes. Christmas every day. Ayan. Okay, ayan. At again, maraming salamat po sa ating mga panauhin ngayong gabi for joining us for this episode of JMM Radio, of course. And this is, as mentioned earlier, this is the last episode of the year 2020. No. You know, we cannot wait. We cannot wait for this year to end and for a new year to come. Ayan.
Kasi
and of course,
bakasyon na si Justin after nung December 11, Third Noel.
I don't think so. Marami pa rin tayong gagawin dito sa Radyo Katipunan. Of course, nabanggit na rin lang naman ni Sir, no? We are actually going on a break starting on Friday. So after Friday, we will not have live programs, but of course, we still have your masses, your specials, no, na aabangan ninyo at for the next coming days. Ayan. Of course, leading to Christmas. We'll be back siguro around January of the second week. Ayan. Mahabang bakasyon. Pero of course, hoping for better things to come this new year 2021. Ayan. At dahil dyan, muli maraming salamat po sa inyong panonood sa JMM Radio. Of course, we will see you again next year. Next year na. Next year na for our pilot episode for the year. Ayan. Ako po si Justin Pontino mula sa Radyo Katipunan.
Feels so surreal that this is our last episode. Yet, ang masasabi ko lang, sabi nga ni Father Francis Alvarez, do not let 2020 pass without it blessing you. Ako po si Lester Mendiola mula sa Jesuit Music Ministry at ang ating mga kaibigan na sina
Si Judith Esquivias from JMM Radio.
Si Adam Domingo from JMM Radio, bumabati mula sa Cagayan de Oro.
Chris King de la Cruz po from JMM Radio from Tayuman.
And we will leave you with a song As We Wait for You, which is a composition of Riza Martinez, music by Elliot Eustacio, arranged by Elliot Eustacio, from the album of Hangad Magalak. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Maraming salamat po.
Alright, bye. See you next year, everyone.
Bye-bye. Merry Christmas.
As we wait for you, I am cold, I am restless, and a part of me is not prepared at all. In my dreams I am troubled, Lord forgive me, for to take without knowing is not easy.
As we wait for you, I carry out this yes, though a part of me as our wreath is blessed. In my prayers I get strengthened by your greatness, for to heed without seeing is not easy.
Yet through your coming, we marvel at your love that reflects all we have to give and to have. Through shepherds you sent, a call for help you've heard. Through the stars lit in our hearts, now our fears are gone.
We wait for you, now in hopeful gladness we humbly offer you our faithful presence. As we wait for you, we sing out loud in praise, in living out your promise. All of our days. Through your coming, we marvel at your love that reflects all we have to give and to have. Through shepherds you sent, our call for help you've heard. Through the star lit in our hearts, now our fears are gone. Sing out loud in praise, in living out your promise. For to love is to love you, in living out your promise. All of our days, as we wait for you.
rejoice, refresh, renew, and reflect. Join us for an hour of music that uplifts the soul. Listen to your favorite Jesuit music ministry artists. This is JMM Radio. JMM Radio. Get your day's dose of inspirational music. Tune in to JMM Radio every Wednesday from 1 to 2 p.m. Only here on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.